Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a minute and a half, but finally we are back. This time it's not APL, it is real. Rise Esports American League. We are back. War is doing all this work. I know you guys know and love him. I certainly do. But with me in the booth for the first time ever is Capitalist. How you doing, my man?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Bart. It's a pleasure to be here. Absolutely a legend in the scene of casting, and I'm just happy to watch you and have a great time.
Appreciate it. Well, it is going to be a ton of fun. There's so many things to talk about, but let's do just a quick recap off of what is up for grabs. Prize pool $1,000, first place 500, second place 300, and third place 200. Groups MVP $100. Then we have November 7th, November 14th, and November 21st as the three group stage days, and then finals December 5th and 6th. You only have one of those days for the finals. You're going to have Capitalist for everything, but there is a surprise caster coming in on the 6th, so you guys have to make sure that you're sticking around for it. There's, we're fixing some stuff, but guys, it is looking beautiful. I do love this. I love the Mimic logo. I think it's just fantastic. But there's so many teams, so many people. The only issue with R.E.A.L is that they submitted a JPEG instead of a PNG, so it might have messed with things, but it's fine. So let's get into it. I apologize if any of, I might be still just rusty a little bit, coming off of a bit of a break, but Capitalist, he is here, he's learning, he's trying to understand, and it's a lot of fun, and I think that's the main thing. That's always going to be just have fun. So we're just watching, waiting for something to happen. Circle pops. It is a classic, and it is going to be on the eastern side. And actually, did they just make it automatic so that when you have, hold up.
I have to agree with what you were saying there previously about that icon on Mimics. It's really looking aggressive. I like that a lot.
Alrighty, do me a favor, talk for me real quick, because I think I might have actually have you up too loud.
How am I doing in terms of audio? Testing 1, testing 2.
All right, I think that's pretty good. You might be a little bit louder than me, but it's cool. Sorry, I had to make new scenes, so doing all the weird different stuff, and I don't know why this is happening, and it's having like the different marks, but it is okay. It is fine. It's gonna be fun. But guys, let's go to a couple of different teams. So the first one I want to look at is Resmi, which has Zyko, SKZ, Otosaka, and Crate. I haven't seen Crate QT before, but Zyko, SKZ, staples of the game. We've had them so many times. They are fantastic players, and I cannot wait to see what they do here. And as someone who's a little bit newer, Capitalist, is there anyone that you were actually looking out for?
Well, obviously we gotta show some love for X Quinn and the gang over there. But in terms of anyone in particular, that's got to be my front runner at the moment. Just want to keep an eye on them and see how they do here over in Mimic.
Yeah, well, most notably, I would say on this name is going to be Sharp Shot, probably just because he's been, veteran to say the absolute least. He's been a god of the game. We've seen him at LAN. He won with Sonics, and I forget what year it was, but it's fine. And then the others, Flax and IQ. Flax had an amazing run for past 9 and 10, but it didn't quite work out, which is, it's fine. We don't blame him too much for it. So stuff happens.
Absolutely. Bringing a tremendous amount of experience to an event like this is always going to create a nice viewership, hopefully for all of our viewers. It'll be fun to watch them and perform.
Yep. So curious to see what they do. And again, I do love their logo. It's just so nice. I love
nice but nasty, nice but nasty.
You can almost guarantee that it was made with ChatGPT, but that's fine. That's the way to do it nowadays. So I think there was one person who didn't make it in, and I forget which team it was, and my brain can't remember. But some of the first shots. Crystalani with Q5. Oh yeah, speaking of Q5, there's so many teams to talk about, dude. My brain is going absolutely wild. But you got Karam, you got Sneak, you got Seifu, Crystalani. These guys are so good. They could have made LAN 1,000 times over, and it was a shame that they didn't. But they're looking to, I don't know if, there's not qualification for PGS or anything on the line here, but still, it's a good chunk of change, and it's going to be good to have that, FPP LAN experience, and then just kind of move on into the future. And again, just get experience with each other playing comp, because it might go TPP next year, which is going to be fun.
Well, Bard, correct me if I'm wrong on this question here real quick, but I mean, in terms of an event like this, I mean, this is a great way for any player for that matter who wants to look at getting more serious to get their feet wet and to really, branch out and have an experience in a more professional setting.
That is exactly what we're looking for. This is what I would call grassroots. It's definitely oh, unfortunate for Spoon. Nice. I do love it, Tyson. It is a good opportunity for a lot of teams to kind of keep warm in the off season because, we have a bit of a lull for a lot of the regional stuff because you have PGC, you have PGS 9 and 10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But in terms of regionals, like there's not much ways for them to do much. So this is a great way for them to keep warm and then also just kind of prove themselves. I know that this is intended to be more NA focused than anything else, so this is a good time for NA to kind of get into the scene. And a team that's not actually playing today that I'm going to talk about a ton next time is going to be the Dub Hub, because they really impressed me with their run for pass. But it didn't work out for them. They fell in like round of 32, I want to say. But
Oh, wow.
it was honestly really impressive. It was teams. So because of me, it's actually kind of odd for me not to know a team. Ooh, nice shots, and Tempest almost bringing it down, but Onbu able to get out of there. DJ very lucky, but man, I'm just so greedy. I want to talk about everyone. I wanted to talk about Q, but I saw this fight happening, and comp with Boundary. Devil Vibes going to go ahead and find flanker, and well, Devil Vibes finds two, and I think they just have to escape with their tails tucked between their legs. Don't know if there's much else for them to do. So Devil Vibes going to pick up the first 2 kills of R.E.A.L tournament number 1.
Looks like we got the first points on the board here. Very nice performance there to start it off.
Well, now the question is, do you think they're going to be toxic and try to put some chips into ooh, hello. I was not expecting this, but apparently Team Antarctica and Tempest going to find each other. Ding going to go down, get traded for Dad Buff, and Guru found Abdu. And okay, is it just me or did they change the kill feed? Because this looks different in my brain.
Looks a little larger to me.
Yeah, right? All right, well, it could have been aspects or ratios, but still, Tempest, they have to be careful because only 2 are up. You have Raising Canes, and you have Hugh, who are down, or who are up, trying to make sure that they can get to their teammate. Guru, Blaze, and True, the last one's alive for Antarctica, trying to peel back. And it started out so great for Antarctica, but Ding going down is a big unfortunate. And True, though, he's doing well, and of course that spec bug happens. But Canes, the drive-by is going to be coming in with an MP5. True gets his flush, make sure that he gets the point, and Canes is just going to get the heck on out here, as this is exactly what you want to see from any grassroots. Craziness, hecticness, and who the heck knows what is going to happen. But Sneak, he is going to have to try and save his teammate, but the flush coming in from PD, which is one of the strong contenders for this. And Sneak with some nice shots, going to go ahead and find Glock, trying to flush him out immediately, but well, he's going to use the blue zone to try and do so. Oh my gosh. Capitalist, welcome.
In that fight previously, oh man, I'm happy to be here. Like I said, brother, in that previous fight that we were watching with Antarctica there, True being a really good front run fragger. I've had some experience playing with him in the past, and I think he put down 2 there, if I'm not mistaken. That was a pretty good spot for them.
Well, Gabri in the distance, he is trying to fight Karam, and he is going to find him, but Seifu finds, ooh, and actually potentially dangerous now. It is a pure one. Tony and Oni finding themselves up against Seifu, who is massive. He has played this game so much. I've seen him. I remember when he was on Tilltown. That was a long time ago, but the man is an absolute mechanical genius. But so far, it does seem like they might be able to stabilize, and Seifu is getting shot from the side. He's on to 12 HP, and Oni is going to find him.
Q5 is eliminated there in that situation.
Wow. That was quick and unexpected. And man, they really have changed so much with all these like new animations and stuff. This is kind of crazy. But R.E.A.L, they got a knock from Kodak, and they're stuck inside of a small compound, but should be fine for now. And ooh, okay, Antarctica, they bring back Ding. 3 points so far, and they're getting their teammate back. What an unselfish play that is.
Like you said, Bard, boy, there's a whole lot going on here, man. I'm just trying to take it in stride.
There's I'm so much, or I'm so sorry, man. There's so much to try and grip your head around, and it is crazy. But Trimble, ooh, Trimble, I didn't see him. Oh, that's great, dude. Trimble, so good. I love his mechanics. I feel like he has been a little bit unfortunate because I don't think that he actually gets the recognition he deserves because he is so good at this game. And well, Antarctic Fox, they are trying to retreat. And Trimble took some shots, but no knock as of yet. And Yakub, he is trying.
Yeah, the driver's seat there on that buggy providing some premium cover.
Which is
no
ironic
doubt.
because, you know, you typically hate a buggy as the worst,
Right.
worst vehicle. But, you know, it works out. IQ taking some shots over at Boundary as Circle does shift off of water. There's a little bit from Yaz, but other than that, most teams able to stabilize. Zenny and Tater trying to find some sort of home in here. And I feel like they're going to take this little dip and then just pray that they don't get hurt. But I have a feeling they might get hunted by a couple of people, but we'll see. Could be wrong.
With your experience, Bard, going from phase 1 to phase 2 here on the transfer, how do the teams look in terms of position? Is this kind of what we would expect to see in terms of their locations on the map?
So it's all about condensing. It's kind of crazy. It depends on how aggressive you want to be, but this is what I'm expecting from the experience for the most part, because you have SQZ, again, he played PNC, you have Zenny, you have Sharp. So most of the good teams are kind of, or the solid teams, the teams that we're expecting to do well are taking center already, you know, doing quick rotates. The team closest that I'm a little unsure of is Yanlo and DJ. I've seen Yanlo and Kwanda before, but the other two I'm not too familiar with. But also, it is kind of crazy because it's, who knows? With a tournament like this, everything is going to be different and nothing is going to be expected, which is one of the reasons why it's so much fun. But Hugh is going to be making it back with Dad Buff as well. Raising Kane's able to get those reses off, except for Abdu. And, well, Antarctica, they might actually get super lucky and be able to shoot them out of the sky if Ding should know. He should have told them that there are other people with him, so they should be looking up. And I don't know why they aren't. Come on. There you go. Well,
shots going out by Guru there with them 16.
Unfortunate for Guru. He's not going to be finding anything, and there's no way. Are they just going to go ahead and just chase them? This is incredibly aggressive if they do. Hugh, he is going to be caught out. And wait, did they lose a tire? I think I thought I heard a tire pop, but could be wrong. Okay, never mind. Okay, they go straight after Palix, which I was not expecting. I thought they were going to go after Hugh, but it's another nice, easy point for Team Antarctica. Is Tilt Town is going to be right next to Rats, as well as Penry and the rest of Boundary in the distance. And they got to be careful because as they take these shots, they could get just shot in the back by Comfear.
Yeah, this particular position outside of Mansion here is a really fun place for teams to be able to maneuver and relocate quickly and efficiently. But it also, like you mentioned, it creates dangerous scenarios for your backside.
As you know, the #1 rule is always protect your backside. Your backside is the most important asset you got, right?
I could not agree more there, Bart. Could not agree more.
I don't know. Ooh, okay, so this is kind of a circle that we're very used to. PD have a beautiful position here. You're going to see some team crash both this dip as well as this dip in just a couple of minutes, I'm sure. But we'll see what teams those are going to be. I feel like Affinity is going to be the first one in. But Antarctica, they just claim shelter here, I'm pretty sure. So they have to have an E pickup here.
That certainly would be of great assistance for them.
Well, it's really weird because I feel like that's kind of their only play. Oh, prone already, brother? All right. Well, we are seeing all the teams starting to move into position. As Antarctic Fox, they had a good run last time around, but now they're going to try to find their way into the zone. Shots coming out on to Rats, and actually they're going right to Topic. The drive-by coming in. Nice. He's going to try to opt for just getting out of there. And that's a good call for him as Penry tries to help him out, but He will only find a tree for his troubles.
Top is making some fancy noise here in his Bugatti, but here we go with Janlo.
Janlo taking some shots. This is a decent position for them to just kind of go into the next zone. And interesting, Zenny and Tater just go back and take Heaven. They're just backfilling. All right. Actually, I guess he's just grabbing a vehicle. But it is free because Sharp Shot and the rest of Mimic able to move off of that. But now I'm... that name with the team name. Oh, that's amazing. Rats now, they're going to find Soul Squad as the shots ring out from both the topic, and that is a beautiful nade, and Grant Landis going to go ahead and find the first knock as JMS going to go down to Kabooms in the kill feed. Grant now, they have their foothold. They're trying to push in, trying to take points and take names. We know Rats, we've seen them so much. Toxic might be an apt description for them as Boundary trying to come in as well. Topic, but they got to watch out from the side because Flashy, he got knocked already from Itzadli. Having to back off, and Boundary, they're putting in work. Grant trying to call them off, and he finds the knock onto himself. Finny going to go ahead and get the rest of Anbu. As Tyson trying to figure out how to survive from this Boundary push. And from, wait a second. They can only knock themselves. No one else can knock him. As Conf goes ahead and knocks Topic as Devil Vibes. He has returned from his hiatus. It is beautiful seeing this man play PUBG. And he is easily one of my top 5 personal favorite players. So don't ask me the other 4 because I feel like I'm going to make enemies. But it is so much fun to watch him play.
Absolutely. Smoke's going out by multiple teams here trying to create that cover that they absolutely need. A lot of activity going on all over the map at this point in time.
Well, Tilt Town, now they are trying to find some way on the inside of this circle, and so far they can't find anything, and they're actually going to go right next to Kwanda as he is in that dip that we were seeing Zenny, and there goes Tiska. The flush incoming immediately as well in SKZ. There is nowhere in this circle. No one knows what's going on. The casters don't even know. And all you get is just more death, destruction, and despair for Tilt Town.
It is just total carnage right now.
Savage with an M249 gets 2 knocks. That's absolutely beautiful. But he is getting peppered from everywhere else on the map. As we see crashes coming in, players trying to take spots. And, well, there goes young Stunna Boys as Zenny gets the last kill onto Kwanda. Now, Resmi, yes. I can't talk about it, otherwise Ward told me I would get banned. So, Resmi, I can't talk about it. It's not possible. But Raising Cane's going to go ahead and take down the rest of Swollen. Oh, my Lord. Rats, they're down to just 2, but Boundary, they have 4, and all of them go the way of Devil Vibes. Zenny, the one who found Savvy. Zyko with the silent killer.
Really showing us how to use the geometry of the frag grenade with 2 kills, I believe, here recently.
I believe so, but Zyko, all right, it's out of there. We can check now. Zenny has 3 kills. I think 2 of them might be an 8, but that's a good shout. Good call. Oni, nice shot coming out from Glock. Gonna go ahead and knock Flax, and he should be someone's point. I don't know who it is exactly until, boys, you gotta land your shots. You killed him, but you gotta actually kill the man. So Resmi now fighting Victorious, and Zyko, he has to be careful. The VSS coming into play. And, well, that is 2 knocks for Resmi, and the rest of Resmi trying to put in the work, trying to save their teammate. 1 trade comes in. Now I believe it is just Zyko, but Victorious go down, and the VSS does it. He has 1 kill, but that's all he needs is the rest of his team. And actually, this is beautiful for Zenny and Fate if they can go ahead and pick up on the rest of these kills. So Zenny just going to go ahead and opt for the Shack. His Tater trying to hold out and going for the Defilade. But
incredible shots going out here, Bart. I was going to say, are we going to see the VSS Victorious?
I don't know. Victorious might be a little strong for what I think is going to happen, but VSS can be very strong. That nade is not going to go far enough. Rats eliminated. Devil is on 5 kills. Beautiful. But Antarctica, they got to be careful. Zyko trying to go for, well, never mind. He can't really go for the res because the zone is closing in too much. But now Fate, Zenny, and Tater trying to make their way in, find some way. And Zyko just goes ahead and kills his own teammate because why not? But Tempest, they lost a couple early, and now they still have 3 because, again, remember, they did come back on the plane. So, but, dude, look at Devil. 6 kills.
Oh, he's on absolute fire here in our round 1. Absolutely showing
true.
how it's done, son.
True. Gotta be careful, brother. And he is so close to going down, but he barely doesn't. And that is absolutely wonderful for Team Antarctica. They don't have a bad spot, but I am worried that they are spread a little bit too far. Just like jam spread over too much bread. And if you get that reference, I love you. But
when we see this 4-man pushing up behind True, and it looks like, do we know if they have an engagement on them yet? Do they know of this positional push?
So Boundary knows exactly where True is. True knows where they are because he got shot by them. But I don't know if they know about Tempest. So all of this should be calmed over. And so Penry should be clear to kind of push onto True. True should take a couple of shots here because Boundary is going to be just looking at him. And, well, Blaze and Ding, they got to be careful. But I fear for True's life because I think he's a little bit too... He's too far out there. But Zenny and Tater, they are driving all over the map. And they're trying to pick up points, I guess. And they're going to go from one shack to another. And True, he is going to go ahead and find the knock onto Penry with a beautiful nade. Can he get more? But he's going to fall down to Calm's nade as Ding tries to be a fantastic teammate. But, whoa, IQ is actually going to shoot him through the smoke. And poor Ding. Well, Tempest, they're going to pick up a kill for free.
It looks like we're witnessing the battle of utility here, and obviously some certainly high IQ plays.
Yeah, Mimic now trying to rotate north side, and then apparently down south. They might actually just go ahead and take this hillside if they can, because Boundary, this is looking good for them, but so close to them inside the smoke. Comp's going to go ahead and find one. XQN. Sharp is going to go ahead and find one inside the smoke, but from the side, Penry's going to come in, and Boundary up to 10 kills.
Down goes Mimic in game 1, but what a great performance by them.
Well done indeed, especially Devil. Well, ooh, hello. Who's doing this? Was it Gabri? No, there he is. Oni, well, he's trying to find Affinity out with the rest of his mortars. Let's see how close the man can get. And they have a
this
smoke.
Would just be beautiful.
Well, they should know they're spreading out, so I don't think that they should get knocked. Oh, never mind. Oni gonna go ahead and find one. Can he get another? I don't know if he has any mortars left, though.
I was gonna say, as they say, there's nothing sweeter barred than a repeater.
Well, let's see. I heard the shot go. They are now spreading far out to try and help each other, and that's some damage, but that's not going to be enough to get a single knock. And wow, potentially dangerous. They are very gifted here. I mean, they've been working for it. Can't take it away from them. And down go Team Antarctica. Gabri going to go ahead and find the last one, as PD have just the best spot inside zone. You have Zyko clinging on for dear life with the VSS, the gun that everyone loves so much. And now he's trying to pick up the last kill onto Affinity to try and get more placement points as well as kill points. But Boundary, 11 kills. Absolutely beautiful. But Hugh, Abdu, and Palix, they all got to be careful as Oni, dude, Oni is just continually destroying this team.
Destruction has been on another level. We're seeing some truly precision-based mortar shots right now, Bard.
Oh my gosh, the geometry is there. It is strong, and apparently he's good at math. Maybe he can help me out, because math was never my strong suit. It's fine, though. Don't worry about it. But now I am worried about everyone else on this lobby except for PD, because they don't really have much to play. You're going to have 1-2 teams fight on the southeast side, but Zyko, Affinity, Zenny, and Tater, they have to find somewhere to call home. And so far, everywhere is hostile. Well, Oni goes ahead and finds Zyko, so he's not going to find a home. And ATF legitimately right on top. And speaking right on top, you have Zenny driving by, and not even on purpose. The bike is going to come out, and Gabri finds him. Tater goes down. And that was a good try from Fate, but they got nothing else to do, and Gabri destroys them. Well, Antarctic Fox trying to take shots, but from behind. Tempest, beautiful shots, actually. Abdu goes down. Abdu finds one. Another goes down. And they're actually split on who they're fighting against right now.
We find ourselves with 14 up here, 5 teams remaining. We're getting down to the limit here.
That was
I want to just make the mention too, in the previous encounter with Gabri, you know, being prone there with that MG was what a sweet option for him with Zenny and Fate coming over with those 2 vehicles. Easy spray down.
Yep, he was trying to be sneaky, and it paid out for him. But now, I feel like actually, honestly, just kind of give away the points. I know a lot of people wouldn't like it, but oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed it. Unfortunate, but Antarctic Fox go down in Tempest. They went from a very low to now some of the highest of highs. They are top 4 with 8 kills. This is a beautiful game 1 from them, but Kampf, he's coming in. The nade should be absolutely wunderbar. Goes a little bit too far. It doesn't even do damage. Kampf, though, he is gonna try his arm again. It goes a little bit too far this time. XD does go down to blue. Abdu with a nice knock, and Hugh, he is trying to find, well, he's actually on Gabri duty, as the rest of Boundary trying to help out their teammate. But Kampf, yep, there it goes. The MG3 sings. Only a melody
really
of destruction.
In work here.
Gabri is absolutely lethal with it. Dad buff, he doesn't have a ton of ammo. Gabri trying to do what he can. Everything coming down to this one is PD now can literally just go ahead and flex out, because, you know, they have an entire circle to do whatever the heck they want with. So Tempest and Boundary now deciding essentially who gets to be second place. Boundary actually backing off of this one, which I like. Could they possibly take down potentially Dangerous?
Speaking of flexing, we can't discredit Dad Buff earlier, showing how dads really do it by having a 25-minute Panzer kill. That was absolutely magical.
I am so sad that I missed it, in all honesty. It breaks my heart. But, oh well. Gabri, can he be found out? A buy. Ooh, good shots. Beautifully done. But Tony does work onto Devil Vibes. Devil Vibes so close to going ahead and finding that knock. And Penry now trying to fit. Whoa, that is a big logo that I wasn't expecting to see. Tony, nice knock by Penry. Good shots coming out from him. Is now Tempest. They're just trying to hole up, and no way. Okay, apparently Penry wins that. Gabri, well, Abdu going to go ahead and pick up, and now this is the opportunity for Tempest to pick up some points and to possibly pick up a chicken dinner. Oni, the only one in the side that they have to be really worried about, and then in the compound you do have Glock, but this is beautiful points from them. 13 kill points, and at least 6 points with the placement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, as we push into phase 8 here, it's going to be interesting to see what Tempest does with this type of defilation move. They're not going to have much cover other than what they have in relation to util in the trees.
Well, Oni, he's being silent. Tempest should know that they have to watch out for another member potentially dangerous, but they have absolutely no idea where he is. So Abdu was spotted crossing from one smoke to the next. Dude, if they could get a knock on the Glock, this would be amazing for them. Oni would be left with nothing, but no one's really peeking him in a battle, it seems like. But Oni is going to be the do or die right here. If Oni can go ahead and get some sprays and get some good damage and at least a knock, this would be beautiful. But if not, well, this should be a knock right here. Abdu does go down. The MK12 sings. 5 kills for him. Potentially dangerous up to 11. Now we have a pure 2v2. Hugh, the prodigal son, returning, and Palix versus Glock and Oni.
It's going to be really exciting to see here what he does with the UAV. I'm sorry, with the UAZ.
Slightly different, but I like it, you know? That's
UAV,
that's in the next
online.
patch. Next patch, don't worry about it. Hugh, he might have been spotted by Oni, actually. Yep. He saw him. He's trying to get the damage in, but so far, Hugh has avoided most of it. Takes 19 damage to get some in return. And the MK14. Well, Oni is outside of zone here, but so are Tempest. So it's really up to them to make something happen. Hugh, he's trying to use all of the deployable cover that he can to his advantage, but he's got to be incredibly careful. Oni starting to make his move. Hugh now blocking off the angles. This is really well done by him. He is behind a tree. Can he keep something alive for Tempest? I think Palix might be kind of sacrificing himself to try and get a knock, because he knows that if he goes down, they're going to go ahead and push out onto him.
Yeah, you know, going into this 2v2 with that folding shield protecting his left is really what's keeping Tempest in the round right now.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be for much longer. Actually, he does get behind... cover. Oni has to be careful. Hugh trying to tag his toes. It's a good attempt. You got to shoot underneath. Shoot underneath. Well, the nade does good damage onto Hugh, but so far not a knock, and that's the important thing. Does Glock have anything more left in the tank with Util? Hugh spotted from the side, and now it is just Palix in a 1v2. Glock pushing out the MK14, trying to find at least a knock, and now, nope, it is going to be potentially dangerous, winning the first chicken dinner of R.E.A.L tournament number 1.
Congratulations to PD on game 1 there. 13 kills, almost nearly 3,000 damage with 10 assists. Well done.
Well, it was a team that we were looking out for. They are just so good. They had compound the entire time, and honestly, we need to give some love to Tempest, because I feel bad for them, because they had to overcome a lot of things right there, and they did so fantastically getting second. But ladies and gents, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take about a 5-minute break, and we'll see you guys for